Mainly those three countries that never been colonized.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, that two is tricky. You understand? Ethiopia. Listen, y'all have to keep quiet. Somebody talking. Listen. Ethiopia, two more. And you can call on any other team to help you with this.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Baby. Who you think no? There's two more missing. Sister Mayana?
Yes.
All right, sit.
You said three, right?
Yes, so stand. You name one, so you have two.
Little what can you waiting. Why? Why then? I must know why.
No. You need to ask my help. You have to understand, when they colonize, when they said not this country not colonized, the British and the white country was a colonization, so they cannot be apart. But these countries, because in 1886, Ethiopia beat Rome. Italy tried to colonize Ethiopia twice. And Ethiopia fight and win. One, they win in the 80s, back in 1800 by themselves. Secondly, in World War II, the British helped them. Right? So which other two countries were not colonized? Man? Japan. Japan. Number 2. And you go close. Thailand is number 3. Can? So it's Ethiopia, Japan, and Thailand. I need a volunteer. Before I start this Shabbat class, I need a volunteer. Shama, stand. I have a question. Do you want it or you want to pass it on to anybody else? You don't get it, anybody don't get it, making a fight.
Let me get it.
All right, what was the first scripture I started class with last week?
Last week.
Yeah, the first scripture I started class with last week.
Leviticus.
Mm-hmm.
21.
21. Verse 20. Ask for help. That's 7 down to your balance. You're going again? Go. Oh, you can interpret. Good. Quickly, sir.
Leviticus.
Yes?
Leviticus.
Yes? That's my name.
Chapter 10. Or chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
Chapter 10.
Chapter 10.
Verse
5.
chapter 10.
4.
Verse 9.
3. 2.
10 verse 8. Verse 7.
We still continue.
10 verse 11. 10.
10 verse 11.
Read Leviticus 10 verse 10 for me, sir.
So much.
I will show you you are not concentrating. When you go home, before you read that, get me 6 and 4, Deuteronomy. Let everybody go and write it down and remember now. 6 and 4, Deuteronomy, quickly.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4.
Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel.
What the Bible said?
Hear, O
So
Israel.
that's a Shammai that you do all week. Right? Read on.
Hear, O Israel. The Lord our God is one Lord.
And that's what you have to know. It's not divided. You don't have 6, 7, 8 gods. That's why YAHAWAH, when he came, he said, I'm in the Father and the Father in me. We have one power, we have one creator. So the Bible says, hear, O Israel, you have one God. Can? Read on.
And thou shalt have the Lord thy God.
Read verse 5 again, sir.
Verse 5. And thou
5.
Verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart,
Read.
and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
So you see that? So you have one God. So that's how you must love your God. But how do God say one can love him? Because nobody can love anybody with all their heart and all their soul. As human being, you don't love like that. Because you don't know what all your heart is. Do you understand me? So by the Most High said, only way you can love him by what? Serving him. So you show the Most High you love him by keeping his commandments. Just like a woman. How can a man prove himself to a woman that he loves the woman? By doing what the woman requires. You're going to buy her a gift, you're going to be her yes man, but as soon as you raise your voice, guess what? She have attitude problem. Because somebody will do something wrong, and they will tell you how to correct them. And this is our based on our woman. But at the same time, you ask her, do you love your husband? Guess what she'll say? Do you see? But if she do something wrong and the husband correct her once, it's a problem. Right, Aisha? But yet she says she loves her husband, right? Yet she says she loves her parents. But if the parents come down and say this, they will always be disobedient. But yet they say, she's all my heart. My mother is all my soul. My father is all my soul. But guess when the correction time comes, what will happen? So the only way you can prove to somebody that you love them is by doing what that individual requires. Do you understand? So by we showing the Most High that we love him with all our heart, all our might, all our soul, just keep his commandments. 14, 15, if you love me, do what? Simple. You don't have to buy no gift. You don't have to bring no roses, no ice cream, no banku, no fufu. You don't have to give the Most High none of that. Just keep his commandments. Can? Just like how can a woman prove to a man that she loved the man? That a woman can say she loved the man, but how will she prove that she loved the man, man? And what's a man required? Don't look behind you, I'm asking you. To be what? Just keep your mouth shut. That's all you have to say. Right, Deacon? That's all a man requires. Keep quiet. Just zip it. Don't say nothing about that. And the Bible says what come out of you defile. Because we was just at peace, but when you open your mouth, now we are war. Because women think different from men. Do you understand that? Do you believe that?
No.
Because every woman in them have, what's the correct word to use, not to hurt the feelings? Every woman, or let me use the word, 99% of women have warish tendency. Yes. Oh, you said more in front of the Asha. Because even when you read the Bible, you're going to live, because the Most High said, don't prostitute your daughter. What that meant? Meaning you don't give your daughter to get money. Right? Because the Most High have to tell the parents, don't prostitute your daughters. Because I was watching this movie this week, coming back from America. Coming back to America. Came out from 88, you know. And I remember when Eddie Murphy left Africa and went there and was working in McDonald's. And the owner daughter was going out to Eddie Murphy. The man said, why are you going out to them? He's just a sheep herder. This one is rich. Do y'all remember that scene? But when he found out that Eddie Murphy now was a prince and on his own money, he went and he said, Lisa, you have done it this time. You hit the jackpot. We're rich. Do y'all remember that scene? Just watch it again, coming to America. You understand me? So for him to tell his daughter, we hit the jackpot, that's the concept. When the Most High said, as parents, we don't prostitute our daughter. Because no woman will sleep with a man if the man can't do nothing for her. Am I lying? So what tendency is that? You might give it up based upon what resources he have, right? If he don't have no resources, will you give anything up? Am I lying? So what tendency is that? No different from Kim Kardashian, is it? It's no difference. Just think about it. But now, that's a woman mindset. But now a man will pick up a woman that don't have nothing. Even if you said, come and look for me, you have to send transportation for she to come and see you. And the man will love that woman, take care of that woman, do everything for that woman. It's about time. It's long enough. Kete, thin line. Make a woman here want to see a man, and the man says, send me some transportation. And a small matter. That's why I say 99%. So I say that to say this. Everybody think different based upon emotions and love. Because by yesterday to today, more men send woman more than woman sending man. It's not in 3/4. If you have 100 men, send 100 women more. You don't have 5 women send 100 men more. But even if it's been a concept, is that concept working? No. Because the woman will have 3 or 4 boyfriends, and she will respect the one who gave her more money. Because I can look at Moses and Jethro and Zipporah. What was the concept for Moses to take care of Zipporah when Moses was just a sheep boy? Do we go to Jacob and Leah? Remember, even when Jacob get Leah and Rachel, they said the father gave them what? Riches, and they have servants. Who was Jacob's servant? So it was always the concept for the man to take care of his wife. That was always the concept. You understand me?
So I think that's why women would like give the man the money or send them the money to come.
So all right, no. Question, man.
In the case where
You working, you and your husband married. When they get paid, who's that money? Whose money is it?
it's one of us.
Exactly.
It's one of us.
Exactly. But even that concept, is it normalized now?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like what is mine is mine, and what is
That's it.
It's mine. Ours.
Because your woman have more secret account detail than the man.
See, that's all the concept is. The concept now is that the woman says what is mine, what is yours is mine. But then,
And we teach the woman that. Don't use the word then. Can the woman learn that from her mother?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And the mother learned that from her mother.
It's not.
So that's a concept going on like that for generations.
Elder, I think some people.
One at a time. Keep quiet.
I think some people break it because I growing up, I never broke that way. Because a warrior, even when we were talking and he said, come, I will take my own money and go down.
That's why you're still around. Why do you think you're still around
And when
after
I
50
say to
years?
him that my money is not mine, it's ours, so whatever. So if I fail, you fail, and if you fail, I fail.
That's so it's supposed to be.
So that's how I
That's
look
how
at
it's
it, and
supposed
that's
to
how
be.
I teach my children to look at it that way. You understand me? But I know some parents does that way, like teach them like you make sure you collect everything, but I don't know.
What you want to say?
Okay, for my personal experience, no mother, my mother, have not sat me down to say, oh, when you marry, your husband's money is ours. No, I learned it from people around me. if I say people around me based on the experience and the things I have witnessed, because some of the men, when they are with you as a woman and you are spending your money on them, they tend not to respect you at the end of the day. That is one. And secondly, if a woman, you waste all your money on a man like you, what is yours is ours, and we do that, and things don't work out at the end of the day. It's the woman that always the man puts outside. Like, go to your house. Because I know a 62-year-old woman whose husband has traveled, and she stayed all the way here. She stayed all the way here in Ghana, and knowing that her husband is outside building a house in Accra, so when they come back, they're all moving. The husband came around and told people around her that, hey, me and that woman are no more. And this woman has been waiting for this man for years. So it's like the men have privileges over the woman that, oh, after some certain years, like in your 90s, you can still get a 20-year-old and 50-year-old to marry. And the woman, when you waste your time on these men, they will go and still bring in the 20-year-old woman to come and treat you in your own age, in your own house, and you won't have peace. So why don't you read what I have learned?
Trust them.
Yes, it is all over. It is happening. So what me I have learned is, what is yours, keep it, it's yours. What is mine is mine, and you get yours, and me too, I'll find something. So in case anything happens, at least a place to sleep and a peace of mind I will get. This woman is all over.
But you tell me that story already, and I said it's two sides to every story. Nobody hear the man's side, and nobody will ever hear the man's side. You know why? Because emotion. The woman, when she comes, she go and cry. Everybody going sorry for her then and down. So nobody know what take place before that incident and that situation. You understand me? But still leave that bitter taste in the man's mouth. But we know 93% of people who leave a marriage is the black woman. How the black woman think and talk, no other nation think and talk like her. Do you understand me? And all of this came in the 90s. Before the 90s, none of this was even in existence. You understand me? Because my grandfather had about 5-6 children outside. And that was my grandmother's husband until she passed. Do you understand me? Because then, marriage means something. It's only now man signing prenup. And why man signing prenup? Because the woman go in the relationship to do what? To leave with everything. Deacon will explain. Right? So if you look at all these black athletes now, how much of them with black women? It's sad. It's sad. You understand me? Because everything comes down on it in terms of the mother teaching the black woman to do this. That's how it will be like us. It's the same. Look, yesterday I say, Sadia May married. Yeah, he married yesterday, and his wife was 18.
See?
So the problem, Shamai, you have to keep quiet. So he married the wife, so the wife have to went back to school. So now, you know what the backlash she's getting from that? She's not white. Do you understand me? Compared to even the one that died in Turkey here. Yes. You understand me? Because in England they were saying Sadia was gay. Because he wasn't dealing with no woman. Remember I was using iPhone 11? They hacked his phone. Remember that, right? Yes. They said he's making so much money. Look at his phone, look at this. So he was living a simple life. But they always wanted to trap him with a white woman. And he moved to Saudi Arabia in when? The last transfer window in August. And he went to Saudi Arabia now. So now he can marry the black woman and have peace. And when I read the story, I commend it, Deacon. You understand me? Because even what the one from Ghana name? Do you see that white woman that he picked up? It's an ugly ass white woman. The one that died in the in the earthquake. And all that insurance money and everything, guess where it gone? And guess what the white woman going to do again? So by attitude with the mothers, they're pushing the young athletes to white women and Chinese. Chinese be backing a lot of them now too. While you see the rich Arab tycoons, who are they marrying? They stick to their home. You have a lot of Chinese millionaires too. You have more Chinese millionaires than white millionaires. Who are they marrying? Because you keep the wealth in your family. Because we don't know what wealth is. We know what money is, but not wealth. So that's why from even the Bible time, the father don't give the daughter no inheritance. When you give a daughter inheritance, what she going to do with it? She going to go give somebody else it and drain your family. You understand me? So if you look at the statistic from the beginning until now, everything have changed. All what you have, Isaiah 24:1. And then Deacon, you're coming. But we have to finish 6 and 4. Isaiah 24:1. Can you hear what Sister Mayana said? Round her surroundings. So she even pluralized it. So that means she see everything around her. Because nature means surroundings. So the nature in this world now, this is how you see things. But the question is, what about East Africa? Because the statistic that there's more divorce in Nigeria and Ghana than any other country in Africa. Why is that? Is it because these countries, because I'm surprised at Nigeria in terms of the Muslim rate. I never know Muslim get divorced. It's Ghana I come and know that Muslim can divorce each other. I know Muslim, they stick together wherever they are. I don't never know Muslim to divorce. But I heard that in Ghana, no, Muslim is divorcing the husband. Or the husband divorcing the wife. The man I buy meat from, tell me. You understand me? So now the statistic is bad in terms of when she said what she see around her, this is for everybody to see. Because no woman trying to build with a man. No woman not taking up a man and said, let us struggle together, let us build together. That will not work. But a man will do that. So it's all about, as Mayan said, is the concept in terms of that. But we forget the concept that means slave. Go, Mayan.
Again, the concept I'm looking at again is that if you notice the age people now that is having children, they are babies.
Yeah.
They're not going to be taught. Some of them are not going to be taught with how to what you're looking for into a relationship, how to mentor your relationship. You understand? So they have these children, and they become grandparents as well. Because when I look at it, I remember even way back then, a person would be 60, 70 before they been the first grandmother.
50s.
Yeah, now you find 30-something being a grandmother. Not a mother, a grandmother. So just imagine, how old is that child?
Whose fault is that?
Mother.
Whose fault is it?
Mother.
Okay. Why? That's what the problem is.
That's what happened.
Because the woman started to kick the man out of the house in the 60s. Remember that.
That's when this mentality has to say that.
Have you ever heard Chinese say she's an independent Chinese woman? She don't need a man. Have you ever heard Arab say it? What about a white woman? Every nation needs their man. Because even in the country, in Asia now, multiplication is not happening. Even in America, they're not multiplying. But it's one nation of people will tell you, we don't need no man. I'm good. Read what you have.
Yeah, something else.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse
1.
1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty.
What God is going to do to the earth?
Make the world empty.
And read on.
And maketh it waste.
Read.
And turneth it upside down.
So we're in that process now. Where everything that you see is upside down. Everything that you see, nothing is level no more. Everything is like this. So even if everything is like this, do you know you do have people trying to bring it back to be where it's supposed to be? Because when you read the Bible, the Most High said, turn. You see the black woman weeping for Tammuz. Anybody out there teaching the word, who is the easiest one to listen to the word if you bring it to them? Who is the most rebellious one against this word from the start to the fire mission? Who rebel more? Do you see what's taking place here? One set of people is the most rebellious people to put us back on a level playing field. Because I was watching the documentary with TV Joshua. And 90% of the people who was running was women. So that's allowing to do what he was doing. Because when you can get to the woman head, just like Satan, you get to Eve, you get to Adam. You understand me? Because if a woman walking on the street or anybody say anything to her pertaining to her husband, she believes. If a woman walking on the street and they say, you know, Deacon was at such and such house, Deacon, sister, you want to believe? Yes. She's not going to come and tell you and say, I see Sister Grace said you was by Rahash house. She's going to come and say why you was by Rahash house. She's not going to ask you, she's going to tell you you was there. So by that, a relationship can come. By what a friend said, the woman, I'm done, I'm leaving. And then when she's done and leave, guess what happened? The Most High said that child that she have after dying, that child is an adulterous child. So that's why the Bible said, let the multitude perish, which was what? That's why in the book of Luke, he said, just like before the flood, what was people doing before the flood? Married. What is marriage? They were having sex. And the flood come and kill all of them because they mix up with the Nephilims, didn't they? Did they mix up with all the Nephilims and the fallen ones? The Most High said, let's send the flood. So it's just like now. Only difference now is they're going to be burned. There won't be no water. They're going to be burned. So go back to Deuteronomy 6 and 5, sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5.
Read.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart.
So now, so you see, why are we doing this every week? Do you see why the quizzing and everything?
6 and 6.
Because what's in your heart is page 435, to know to borrow and don't give it back. But this is what I want to be in your heart. You see how Shamak remember the TV remote over 15, 20 years ago? Do you see that, Ash? He remembered that remote. This is how I want you to remember the word of God. You see how man remember when I used to tell him to come over? She remember she used to use her own money to go look for him. That's how I want you to remember. For 2nd Ezra 1 and 15, 2nd Ezra 1 and 17, 2nd Ezra 1 and 9. How hard is that? When the Most High said, his word must be here. What is here? Because the Most High word cannot be here and anything else is there. Because the Most High said, I'm what? The Most High is jealous. So you cannot share your heart for both people. So who is your heart belong to? Because the black woman become embarrassing lately. I see they have a whole debate who should eat first in the house. And you know what most black people said they're feeding first? The children. You know why? Because the man in the house is not the children's father. Because there's no way I can live in my house and a black woman will come in there and share food with a child. And I'm sitting there. Everybody has to leave. Leave the child, take him. Didn't Abraham kick out Ishmael? So who am I? Only nation of people will have those debates. Guess what nation of people that is? And they do that because they don't want to respect the black man. They come up, these single mothers come up with this debate because they want to be like a black man. But for you sisters here in your house, your husband there, even if Jesus walk in the house, you share your husband food, give it to him first. Make him don't eat, make him say, okay, go ahead and eat. Because if my child eat first, I have no ill feelings about it. You understand me? I don't see it as a disrespect, it's my child. But then the respect have to still be there because the child have to know when I go there and get married, I have to serve my husband. The husband have to know I have to serve my wife. That's how it goes. But when society tell you no, the woman can do her own thing and the man can do her own thing, it's foolishness. Look at Cardi B. Isn't she and her husband come back together? How much time she said she filed a divorce? She still don't leave her children father. I remember when Cardi B was 24, she said she slept with 49 men. She said it herself. She said she had 49 bodies. She wasn't even boss yet. She wasn't even a star yet. So then now all that mileage run up, 2 children. Who's gonna pick her up now? That's a question. Because she cannot deal with nobody local. Because her safety is of importance. So she cannot just go on the street and pick up a random guy. All of them date somebody in that circle. So if somebody in that circle didn't want her, guess what she'll do? She'll be there a long time. Didn't Beyonce catch Jay-Z cheating? More than once. And what she do about it? Sing, make album, right? Why she don't leave? Why she don't leave? The great Beyonce, why she don't leave? Who else can she pick up? Nobody else. So the day she left, she going to die a widow. The day Jay-Z left, she's still going to die a widow. Jay-Z going to pick up somebody else. Because nobody that's in that circle can deal with her. That's how it goes. Look at Kim Kardashian. She married from one to another, one to another, one to another. They cannot come out that circle. But we know we cannot think like that. Just like you have most black men, they go marry white woman and they treat these white devils like queens. Have you ever seen them walking down the street in Cape Coast? They look like they have a trophy beside them. And I'm looking like, you pick up the worst white woman in history. Do you understand me? Why you have to pick up an ugly ass in the night? Now one thing the black woman have, when you read the book of Lamentation, they say the black woman is what? The dark, the perfection of beauty. Because melanin is something. They're trying to sell it now, but it cannot buy. Do you understand me? And a black woman can have any race of people in this country that no other race can do. Right? Read on, sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul,
Read.
and with all thy might.
Read.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
So what the Most High says should be in your heart? His word. So when the word of the Most High in your heart, that's what the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of YAHAWAH, and what happened? Everything that you desire will come to you. But the mere fact, some of you don't remember the last scripture I quoted last week. That tells you that something else is in your heart. Read on.
Verse 7.
And this is where the problem lies. Read.
Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Stop. So what is the Most High saying here? Oh, you shall teach them.
Diligently.
What the word diligently mean? Huh? Over and over and over and over. You see, just like back in the days, I share as soon as every day you can come in look at your book. Remember I used to write everything on the chalkboard for you? And when they do something, throw the dust on your forehead. I don't know if you do that, I'm just adding to it. But if you don't do something, you'll throw it at you, right? Because he wants you to get it. But you was mad, you never liked it, right? But here goes God said that's how you're supposed to get it. Diligently, over and over. And read on, continue 7.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Read.
And shalt talk of them when thou sit in thy house.
So when you're in a house, you must talk about the word of God. Don't cut one side. Don't worry about what Sister Joanna have going on over there. That's her business. Don't worry about what TB Joshua did 50 years ago. We all know what he was doing. But the Most High say must talk about his word. So that's why when you come here, no matter how sick you be, you should have a quotation. You should talk about this. Anybody who have conversation with me, it can be Bible conversation. Because this is something that we have to do. Read.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house.
Read.
And when thou walkest by the way.
So on your way walking here this morning, what scripture you meditate on? What scripture you talk about? So that's why you cannot have friends in the world. Because you see, you have friends in the world, what you are going to talk about while they are walking? Foolishness. Do you see that? Because you're going to be one way, they're going to be one way. And the Bible says you cannot serve two masters. Nobody serves two masters. It's the Most High way or no way. Read.
And when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
So when you lie in your bed, you must be talking about the word of God. When you wake up, what should be the first thing you do? Somebody should wake and you say, hey, we're fish market. Hey, it's a Shabbat. Do you understand me? When somebody wake up, the first thing you should say, give all praises and honor to YAHAWAH. It's not you wake up and the first thing you look for Zamar is your phone. You wake up and give the Most High thanks. Read.
Verse 8. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand.
So that's why you have the Bible. You see how quick you find the verse? You call a book, you know it, you study. You bind them. And you know the white Jews wrap up a black card on their hand and squeeze their hand. They say that's the word they're tying up, but they don't mean that. It means you're good with your hands with it. You know where to find it. Read.
And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlet between thy eyes.
So you know where it is. You recite it. That's why you sing Shammai, Shammai, Yesharala, YAHAWAH, Alanawa, YAHAWAH, Akkad. Can? Read.
And thou shalt write them upon the post of thy house.
So I come to Moses' house. I don't see the word there. But you don't want to mash up your wall, your nice painted wall. Moses say you come in your house, so all you must see is the word all over the place. What happened? You cannot see the mansion. What's going? I don't see no word there. You don't want to spider up your antique wall? The Most High said, even His word is supposed to be on your wall in your house. When you come through the door, the word is there. When you're going out, the word is there. Do you know that the Jewish people do it? They put up the mezuzah. So the mezuzah means the commandments. So when they're going out, they touch it. When they're coming in, they touch it. Why are you? But we want God to come in. Let the presence of God come in. Take Joshua and come in there. Hey. Because the place is not set up for the presence of God to be in there. When Moses went to Mount Sinai, what did he come in with? Commandments, kan? So when he went to the presence of God, what was there? The word. And the Bible tells us the book was written from before him, the beginning. So when he go there, the Most High said, bring down these commandments and give it to those wicked people out there. I know when you bring it, you're going to be amazed what they don't do doing, Moses. Read.
And thou shalt write them upon the post of thy house.
Read.
And in thy gates. And on thy gates.
So you come through the fence gate, the word of God is there. In your house now, not the church. Because one thing we used to pick in America, which all Israelites school, we burn incense. And when they burn incense, you hear the demons start to say, we don't like that smell. They start to cough. And all of us will just sit in the class and we just look at them and we just watch them. And we say, look at this. And right then and there we pick who have extra demons in it. Because no demon is like the smell of the frankincense and they can't stand it. But when you go to the temple in the presence of God, what will be there? What incense? When you get anointed in Israel, how do you think you used to get anointed? You have to go change your clothes when you finish. There's a drop of oil they take chewing on you, your whole face going full. It's not anointed like when we drop a little bit. When you get anointed, it's more than this. That's why Aaron tell you, when he gets anointed, he run down on his beard, and the beard reaches the skirt of his garment. Oil was all down there. But some of your hairstyle too fancy and you dress too nice, we can't afford to put oil on it, can we? Read, sir.
Verse 10. And it shall be, when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not.
So you see what he's giving us? Good and great the city that we build it now. Deacon, translate.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Kakra is not for the other before, so I can say you can. Osha says, over can you should be good between chapter 6, verse 4. One of Osha says, there or can't send you. There, you cannot sing. Israel, see, it was a henny and open. It was a cross. Now, for our community, around 5 years ago, the honey as a food is the Israel, see, it was the young open. Or ye or ye baby, or your copy, it's all your copy. What's the yin it's yin to the other. So then if you ever get it, yes, man, I yin tea, I am for now and you. Oh no, or you Lucas are big teach man. Or the fun, our apple. There is ye be there. Nti wonde se beyin de business wo wara oba na odo ti duku nasa ko bia de sentire beyin ni ya ba di niti nti o de the sere o ti beyin nasa na what dem nda na onti dem ma de hen so ya de ye yinte nyame nasa nti no mun bu na odu no re for to be there sisi anu ye ban ya site ni aga bu nkwa ga owaye de beyin me bi se no watia da beyin wo e bi se re da e bi se so wo e beyin de ana o keke kana se bi se sha de o beba na nan mami man o de for to be better baby nwono da watete tu an ni wonyim de what tu de do no one be it at the beginning one share, on the same one hour. Into the moon, I have a Canada, and that's Richard and Padamana Naughty. Nefiti best city the bear and the man as a son. Now, part no money to match to pay him by the castle and doors. On a day. Man Bloom, with 2 I can't see this one day. Say, be seen off our no yard of Venom. When your mammy, I want no tea. Being be seen off our lap. When you are not Venom. No, away. No, when you never see me, I'm going to want you to share that. It's a man, you will see for one little. It's our tradition here. They said when you go to marriage, the woman, for the ladies, when you get what, bring it. But when you get lost, give it to your husband. This is the mind they put it.
Repeat that they can. I never know how
they know, everybody, even the youth, the young, they know it. It's not like that.
That's what the mothers always say.
The mothers, what the mother said.
When you get what, bring it
well too.
Yeah. But when you get then let your husband pay it.
When you get lost,
Leave the husband.
give it to your husband.
That's why I'm
But when you get conflict,
Bring it to
it's
The kitchen.
Nyami, you them no king. Into one job back there. Whom you are bedded, when I'm going. You them no get there.
Rebuke that spirit.
Yes.
Can rebuke it.
When I'm going. You don't want to cry. Or then I'm going to be back at it. When I'm going to never fancy. The Madi Mamma, say, them are not say. Into Obada. Into Oma, yes, and my aunt book there. They be or the photo picture there. Sometimes you know, Abia, it's not the put to be there. Yoko, Yanka say Ababu, Papa, Cassina me forward was pen, and I or and that is a man bed the baby. Sometimes, may say, now from the boom is the baby, and was a baby. This time, me push myself persuaded, and I answer my aunt, baby, on to them. Cassina, me for 1 year to the wedding. Was spent. You don't go by there. Sissy, I know why I there. We are seeing them as a son. It's America there. What is sometimes, we send put my there or go be more. Now, so I bet 2 years and then this is your no to see only that wish here. The moment came, yet the man of any anything as came. The moment another wish here, ever, you bring warm, we will not be booming there. The means on to see there. Say what car do you be in the area? Do you be searching in the area? Who was at the man? Who was at the man? Yet there was not see. Your ministry shame, and I had them know that. What's it? Remember, we will meet it. Send there. Yamin, Nation, Nassam gives you. It's in another credit, and I had them not it. I'm yet them not it. You push him. Now, you know about swinging answers, and yet them not it. Other way. I say a bear when I'm put. It's not Paul book can be there. Oh, but mammy, you need to more. You need to mind some. Who should need to more? That one, they are busy. They also want to be busy. Into a banana. Into a man, educate Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Yes, I say, okay. Them, I give sheep, not going or self when that she is in it. Isaiah Cook also share everybody. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Share everybody. 3 assassin pan. You tell everybody assassin pan. The one wire a fool. The water look a booty. Just since I began, then. Then the other name, I'm not sure how to be fee, I've been fee. What did you get up? Only I made it. What she said. It's the name there. So I made it to the man being fee there. I bet that she didn't descend the meeting. Do I ever tell? Do I almost be said it? No, the mother 10 years. Now, who are not making or Nti ne te nya hin mu abo. Yes ye ka hin da ko. Nti da ma bi fi no ya bi fi. O ya bi. Onye amen kede. Baby o ye yen baby a dem ase man kan. Mo ye ne de o ye ne dia. Do ye awe mo ye nkebom. Nti o se dem no no de check say. Number. Dem no ye so de check ya ye mba. Nti edo o kuti o check o se ye kan in Job chapter 6 6 verse number 4 ye go 500. O se nti ne be dem ase no de check yin. Ye mo nko ya mo pum ye. Nti de bi se ya ko no on ye ha. Onko ya mo pum. Ne ya wangere yankuti yemfo onyinde yebo yemfa ncheche yemba dem ase man na orkan so so lu do o kushi no nu dem no de chene ba de so kwa awala do ye ne dia o ye ni kuni dia do ye ni kuni dia no na so ne dia nti mo ne bi nya waade ye yi da ma bi fi ife fi etim Ghana fa wo te ni na nya ye wala
Ghana for it.
nti o ye nya me se dem na ya de no nti dem nyame no why dey ya kuma one night I be feel what done nti ye be pende ma o de ko ko se nti oni aso nti be dia ka saba shalwa
No curve,
no bed
And then go to the suppression.
no person
no question. Then. Get me apocrypha. Get me Sirach 42. Verse 8. Let's Sirach 42, verse 8. I never know y'all have such laws here. Awar, do we have anything like that where we're from? Huh? What he was saying is, here the mother will tell the wife when she married, if you get well, bring it back. Yes. But if y'all go there and being dead, don't come here with it.
Elder, it is not the mother that tells you.
It is the whole family.
No, it is
It's the whole family.
It is a
Father and mother and the whole
It is a
family.
saying, like a
Sisters.
program that is there. That if you go to marry and you tell your it's for your husband, if you get one, you bring it at home.
When I read in Psalms, it tells you, when a woman married, your parents' house is not your house. All right, let's continue. Let's Sirach 42, verse 8.
Sirach 42 verse 8. Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish.
So you see that? So you cannot be ashamed. I feel sorry. To do what?
Inform the unwise.
To teach somebody that is not wise. And the Bible always calls it foolish. Anybody don't know the will of God is foolish. Can? Read on.
Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish, and the extreme aged that contended with those that are young.
So no, that's your mother. She said extreme age, your grandmother. These old women that you cannot tell nothing, or old men you cannot tell anything. So they still want to contend with the young in terms of they still know what you know. Do you understand me? Read on.
And the extreme aged that contended with those that are young, that shall thou be truly learned and approved of all men living.
Read on.
Verse 9. The father worketh for the daughter, when no man knoweth.
So the Bible said the father waketh at night for the daughter. When what?
And no man knoweth.
Read.
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
So for him to worry about his daughter, what the Bible telling you now? So for instance now, your father have to go to a school trip or something. Deacon will not sleep. All Deacon be doing is worrying about your part. And y'all remember the essay she want to marry and run away already, so we have to keep extra eyes on her. So the Bible said Deacon will be up at night thinking, where the hell is your part? Read on.
And the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young.
When she's what?
Young.
If I say I go, nobody cares. She can't go. But when they're young, it stops the father from sleep. Worry. Read.
And the care for her taketh away sleep when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age.
So when you say pass away the flower of her age, what that mean? She go sleep with somebody. before the right time. Read.
Lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married,
And being what?
and being married,
Read on.
lest she should be hated.
Then she should be what?
Hated.
Because now she's not a virgin anymore. Now the father giving her to be married. What will the husband do? But do that happen now? You see how things change? Back then you take a woman and she's not a virgin. Hey, it's a public cry. Everybody have to come. But now you just okay with everybody okay with it. Nobody cares. So do you see how everything changed? Read on.
Verse 10. In her virginity,
In her what?
in her virginity,
So she not dealt with a man before. Read.
in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child.
So you see that? She's still in her virginity, but the Bible said what she gonna do now?
Defiled
And do what?
and gotten with child.
So it's not, this is not happening today. You know a lot of women go out and have one time and they come home with baby. But where the embarrassment lies, they come back with the child where? In the father's house. Read on.
In her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house.
Read.
And having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself.
So you see that? So she have child now in a deacon. So now she going to get a husband. So when she get this new husband, guess what she going to do? Misbehave. Do you know why? Somebody break her already. Somebody humble her already. So she humble already. So now she come. She get this husband now. And what she start to do?
Misbehave.
Have respect for nobody. What will happen? Read on.
Lest she should misbehave herself. And when she is married, lest she should be barren.
She should be what?
Barren.
So the Most High said, for a woman to misbehave her husband, what the Most High said, do it with a womb? Close it. And you know why that take place? All what she did in her younger age. When she wasn't listening to her father, she out there misbehaving herself. Now she have a husband, the Most High took that reproach from her. Y'all never know this was in the Bible, right? Read on.
Verse 11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
So what the Bible said?
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
What this one in acronym? Amina. Watch her. Because she's shameless. Read?
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock in thy enemies.
To thine enemy. So everybody asks him, where's her parents? Just imagine how people laughing at the mother and father. Because last year Mother's Day, she was up with the mother. Right? Read on.
Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city,
Read?
and a reproach among the people,
Read?
and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
Read?
Behold, not everybody's beauty. Verse 12. Behold, not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women.
So you see that? Because even women don't like sitting in the midst of women. Why come out of that? If you have 50 women on an island and 50 men on an island, which team first to start getting into an argument? Who? Why? Why? That's the solution. Why? Now even the Bible telling you, don't sit in the multitude of many women. You see, you go there, woman club, every woman is there, is the only one there. 5 minutes later, what's going to start happening? Over foolishness. Do you know that? Foolishness, madness. Read?
Verse 13. For from garment cometh a moth.
So when it's a garment cometh a moth, what that mean? What is a moth? Do you know what mildew is? Mildew. Moth. A moth is an animal. No, like say for instance, it's a ghost. Mildew. They call it mildew. Colony. What they call it? Okay.
This spiral jar. Elder. This spiral jar.
But do you know there's a line in the Bible, if that's in your house, you have to move out there. It's
Spiral
a line in the
jar.
Bible, Numbers. If it's in your house, the priest have to come and bless the house. And if, say for instance, it's there, the priest have to come and bless it, and you have to take up the whole entire wall. In there?
Is this spiral jar? The green?
It's month. We call it month. I have to see what you want. Because if the green one can wash off, that's not a month.
Oh.
Which one is that?
Even if you're going to a hotel and see month, you have to close the door. I catch it. If you go into any hotel room and you see a month, the hotel have to shut down. Yes, but the deep mildew. Like if it's in the wall, you have to cut out the wall. It will be back and front. I don't know. I never hear that before. So read on and read 13 again.
Verse 13. For from garments cometh a moth,
Read.
and from women wickedness.
What coming from them?
Wickedness.
So that's a synonym. And why is that? Because it was nothing to condemn. Because we have great women in the Bible. Remember when the angel went to Mary, she said what to Mary? Blessed of God. But now we tell her, don't be in the multitude of many women, because amongst them now, when come what? And where the wickedness come from, I share? One will have a problem with the head rock. You ever hear a woman have a problem with the next woman head rock? Yes, simple stuff like that. You understand me? So even though the teaching and the philosophy of what one have, when anybody marries somebody that's in this truth, what that person have to do is transform to God. So that's why it's important for both parties to read. So if the husband doing something, the wife can take the Bible and say, is it in Torah? If the wife doing something, the husband can show her like so. This is not in Torah. But when one person married, you cannot be hypocrite. It cannot be what I have and what you have. And the Bible says when one person married, they become one. So you know why they don't enforce the oneness? Because you teach divorce. Divorce is not in the Bible. Even at the wedding, the pastor will tell you until death do us part. And the same pastor will do counseling for divorce. So now, even before marriage, nobody counsel nobody for them to know what they're going into, what they're getting involved into. So you married with the concept in terms of we will get divorced one day. But the problem is, did God sanction that divorce? That's where the problem lies. So when you make that commitment to that man, the family, everybody there, it's not about going back to your family with riches. Are you building a new dynasty now? Do you understand me? You create a heritage. You create a legacy. So just like you will see a man and a woman married, and the house full of the woman family, or the man family. I marry my wife, nobody can be there. I need to walk around in my house in my source of boxers. My wife needs to walk around the house in her source of pants. Nobody, you can come and visit and leave. That it's not your house. And just don't show up there as you like. Call before you come. Send me a text message. You understand me? So it's not about I get riches, I'm going back to my father's house with that riches. And then my wife's sick. Whose that responsibility is on? You alone. Do you know that? So concept have to be changed, Deacon. And this is what you see happening. The black woman believe in those things, man. That's why they listen to these pastors. Because I come to Ghana and I say the black woman respect pastor more than the husband. I come to Ghana, I see the woman and her husband have problem. What she do? She move out the house. Do you know if that man commits sin, God said you commit sin? God is blaming it from you, for you. Deacon, a man and a woman have an altercation. How long can the woman leave the house, Deacon? Give me your opinion. You and your wife have an altercation, she leave the house. Oh, when you're looking for her to come back home?
Sometimes they say,
I give 72 hours the most.
yeah.
Because the white man said within 48 hours they're missing, right? So I'm greater than the white man, I'm more gracious. So if you leave, you ask better be home within 3 days. Do you understand me? But I see Ghana, when they move out, they don't choose to come back. What is this? What if you meet your wife and you go there and sleep with somebody? The most I blame the woman first.
And I said the man can commit adultery.
I said if he go there and dealt with getting problem, it's nothing. It's a woman's fault. And a man can commit adultery if he slept with a married woman. Right? Read on, Rahash.
Verse 13. For from garment cometh a moth, and for women wickedness. Better is the childishness of a man than a courteous woman.
Better is what? Better is what?
The childishness of a man than a courteous woman.
Than a who?
A courteous woman.
If I explain why. Read on.
A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach.
Which bringeth what?
Shame and reproach.
And how do a woman bringeth shame and reproach? Some man bringeth it too, but woman more abundantly loudness. It will be a small argument. The woman just start being loud for no reason. So everybody going to come and see. And she want that. Right? Even yesterday I was at the market. And now I hear the woman them acting, even the young girls them start to act like that now. I just remember when YAHAWAH said, woman at the marketplace. So you see that? Have you ever go to a white people market? Have you ever seen white people in market selling? There's no white market in the world. None whatsoever in the world, there's no white market. Where you see white people selling tomatoes, onion, it's not there. But all of a sudden, YAHAWAH said they sound like a woman in the market, in the marketplace. And I just hear them there and I just think, goodness gracious, when they go to their husband, what take place there? Do you understand me? So now she brings shame, reproach. She at market selling, she reckless with her mouth. Then she go to church and sit down like nothing happened. Right? Read on. What verse here?
Verse 15. I will now remember the works of the Lord and declare the things that I have seen. And the words of the Lord are his works.
Read.
Verse 16.
Get 14:1, Proverbs.
Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house.
What the Bible said?
Every wise woman buildeth her house.
So this is legacy. This is heritage. So Aisha, you married. Your duty is not to fix up your parents' house. That was Sister Yawanah's job. I'm not saying if you're rich you're not supposed to help. I never said that. But I said when you marry, your duty is your establishment. You create a legacy now. If you're wise, if you're wise. Because guess what if you're foolish? The man might be foolish too. Because behind every strong man is a smart woman. Behind every foolish man, guess what kind of woman it is? A woman that have no reproach. Foolish woman. So if nobody not teaching you to create a legacy for yourself, for your children and grandchildren and great-grand, you fail. Because your mother and your parents did all they could do for you. No, you have to go make this journey by yourself. Do you understand me? The journey with them finished, it stopped. So what's your like? They're looking at you too. Don't think they're not watching you. They're looking when she going to start this legacy at YAHAWAH. Well, even if you're not doing it here, even if you go to Japan to start it, they will still proud of you. It's natural. The parents want the daughter home. And my daughter knows she started asking for grown people stuff. It's not children stuff no more. You have to buy grown people stuff now. I say, oh yeah, when will when? I am asking the mother, when will we get rid of her? Now she asking for name brand, no, because we have name brand, she asking for name brand. I say your word, buy your own damn name brand. You understand me? Because when you reach 18, I within myself feel like the journey ends, it's finished. That's how we grow, right, man? YAHAWAH? We grow like that. At 18, we know we have to be at our parents' house. So at 16 in school, we start to look what child we'll get, how much we're going to pay for rent. We start already. So as soon as 18, 19 is the most. Because there's no way your father might get to go to work and you're in the house. When we home, whenever your grandmother wake up, everybody up. If you come in 5 o'clock in the morning and you cannot say you're sick, because they're not sick, you cannot say you're sick. Sick don't give you an excuse to sleep. They give you appetition. They give you rum to drink and the rum better everything. You'll find out, so don't there. Do you understand me? So your legacy now is to build your heritage. Zamar too. But I don't see y'all have that thinking. Because there's no chances you are going to find a rich husband. It's not permitted. Okay, if you find one, you might go do wickedness. It might be a drug dealer, it might be this. I'm not saying you can't. But I say you cannot put your cocoa in one basket. I'm going to get somebody to do everything for me. It might be somebody that you and him have to work together and say, listen, let's buy half plot of land. Do you understand me? Just like I tell you, didn't I tell you that? I said, even get half plot. And what did I say? For your child, when you come in, have it. And then you can't get a tent. You can't put the tent on it and then. If all else break loose, where am I? I have a tent at my house. I've been training for that for years. Over 20 years I've been training for that. So when the day come, I'm under my tent. Simple. Didn't the Most High tell you that He give you a tent? Didn't we just read it? The Most High saying give you a tent, He give you this, He give you that. Never give us house, He give us tent. So this is how you have to prepare now. But the problem is, how good will the tent look? Will you be happy? Will you have flowers around the tent? Because just like I speak to Moses here about marriage, and I always ask, what do you want? It's not what your parents want. It's not what your friend wants. Who do you have emotional connection to? Who do you think will make you happy? Who you think will you will comfortable around? It's about what you want, not what nobody said. Because remember in life, happiness is a key. And to building a solid foundation, you cannot use a painter to build a house. Even this man was talking about it. Somebody that never do electrician job, you cannot give him steel work to do. So you have to think about marriage and long-term future. Not to say you divorce, because we don't sanction that here. If anybody wants to leave, they can leave. But it's adultery. The day you sleep with the next man. And when they have that child, the most are going to kill that child. So when you do marriage, it's a long-term focus. So think about you have to be happy for the next 50 years of your life. Who you will be happy with. And that goes for the brothers too. God, trust me, Shaman. You marry a loud woman, you're going to die quick. The Bible tells you it's better to live with lions than a contentious woman. You marry with somebody contentious, it's like somebody tied into a hand's nest.
Yeah.
So you picking a mate or looking for somebody, you have to be long-term future. Do you understand, man? So our still have the next 80 years left. Else we'll see if our choices was correct. And I'll be here to remind you. You know I will, and you're going to cry, and I will still say I don't care. Because when I see him again in the spiritual realm, I ask him why. I was walking from Granger to Oakland. Did you hear it? Why, sir? I even see you walk, your shoes bottom fall off. Why? Right? Read it for me again, verse 1.
Proverbs 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house,
Read.
but the foolish broke it down with her
Finish
hands.
what?
Broke it down with her hands.
So you destroyed, and how you do that? You start to tell people things about your husband. You start to tell people what your husband do than what he don't do. Then you don't respect him now. Because you see, if you go to anybody and talk bad about your husband, they will not respect him. And they will not respect you neither. And then they're going to tell somebody, you know, she said this about that. Do you understand? Deacon. All right, since Deacon, turn to Proverbs 12. Let's just read this and read it. Get 12:3.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 3.
Read.
A man shall not be established by wickedness.
So this is how you pick up a husband. What is foundation? What ground we stand at? How we establish? Read.
A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved.
The root of the righteous shall not what?
Shall not be moved.
So that's what's important, the foundation. Because if he was planting good foundation, he will never move. Because they tell you 90% of women, they leave their soulmate and will be miserable for the rest of their life. Right? Read on verse 4.
Verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband.
What the Bible said?
A virtuous woman is a crown to her
What
husband.
the word virtuous means? Sisters. Everybody wants to be virtuous woman. Mayan, stand. I'm here now. It's my turn. In the church all these years, you know about virtuous woman. The pastor said virtuous woman, you say yes, amen. I remember one time, a war said you don't serve him and you was mad. I went in the kitchen here telling Sister Mayana, boy, you're wicked. I was there and he said, I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't forget and I'm not lying. Yahawah, no, I'm not. Virtuous, meaning, you're all sisters and you're all virtuous wife. You want to be the queen. You want to be virtuous. You all want to be the best. So what the word virtuous mean, madam? And then after this, you can take it to virtuous. Aisha, yeah. Virtuous. You read page 435, you must look up virtuous once in it. Because if you're virtuous, you'll pay back. Huh? God me woman. Okay. Zaman. Virtuous. Everybody wants to be virtuous. Sister Yamana, virtuous.
Virtuous woman.
What the word virtuous mean? Bayan, look it up. Deacon, read 12:4 for and 5 to make sure get it. Read 12:4 and 5. Putting them to the test.
Also, in the Busan, so you be and then.
So virtuous, what the word virtuous mean? If she's a praise to you,
I can't find out what's me better than
no curve, no
okay,
bend.
okay, I'm in too. Also, no car from or your man. What's the city after doing no car from? No car from.
I want
Or your
the Bible said there's no truth. Mayana, it's your turn. You know everything that the surrounding teachers. Let's see if the surrounding teacher, what a virtuous woman was doing. You coming up, you look like a tiger. What is tiger in Fante? Aisha. I know lion is Jacka. What is tiger to that? Assisi.
Yes.
Assisi.
Subo.
Subo. Sibo. Sibo.
One of the more like trying to I'm in tiger.
Virtuous mother.
And ways.
Joanna, let's don't start here.
No, it's a long definition. Means a faithful and fruitful and a woman that can work with her time.
Okay.
Joan.
Michaela. Just assume the position. You want to see. Quickly. Michaela, virtuous. Don't just let's say something that think I will feel good, right? Maya, read what you have, Maya. Shaman.
Moral, excellent, upright.
So the word we're looking for is somebody that is upright. Read on, you have more.
I said truthful.
Conforming, moral, and ethic principles.
So you see, so now a virtuous woman have to do what? Be conformed. So now, Sister Yamana, what have you conformed from? From your mate, Nadika. Everybody say, Sister Yamana, and why you stand to. You have to tell Maya today what she confirmed from the 80s until now. And you better say it right. Conform means you change.
Today.
Debbie,
Question will be saying, yeah,
what she saying about
She wants to explain something small. One can hear what he said, he didn't say it right. One much your mouth come. Yeah, I am yeah, the reason is in the beginning, the women were not allowing us to go to school. What it seems, they train us at home how to go for marriage and treat your husband. The mother you have left at home, her own mother too didn't let her go to school. But in front of school, no when you're baby dinner, the men are the one that go to school and get good standard. So I will say, since all my milk catch on there, I want to have that food with you. My men are one for school now when you're baby. I will be saying, the reason why the reason why tells the reason why my mother, oh, Dicky. The reason why the mother tells the female daughter that if you go to marry, when you get something, bring it at home is because she didn't go to school, so she has to come and take care of the mother.
This can be a point.
It's a bullshit to the mother.
So let her finish. Let her.
So she has to come and take care of the house so that the mother can get food to eat. Yes. But you were to eat.
So listen, ask her for me. When she went to school.
Well, I go to school.
Other classes in the media,
Right,
just
yeah,
said,
yeah.
she had the young loss.
She said she stopped at classes because the work at home is a lot. She has to go and carry things herself.
Stop.
My mother is a nurse.
So the problem is with her now, it wasn't the rules that man set. Make she never went to school. That's a family, that's her mother.
Yeah.
Who should be blamed for that weekend?
It's not the mother. If they have a good father in the house taking care of all the children, like, she would have sent you in school. Also there, one man and one man. So papa.
That's the first one that a job and both. But on the same course,
He said in the olden days, the father would take care of the child, but they prevent mothers and women to go to school.
So, all right, the problem is, right? Listen, Sister Yawana and the congregation, the ratio is, if a child, male or female, go with the father, that child is better stable. Listen, take him out. Take him out. Take him outside. So, either, if you have single parent, mother or father, raise any children, the child that raised with the father is more stable than the mother. So when Mayana said, if you have a good father, that's a ratio. That's why Mayana said, if there was a good man in the house, that couldn't happen. But that's another response, because the question is, where we grow, it was the other way around. It was woman go to school, the man go to the bush, to the farm. So even my grandfather, he don't have an education. He have to be in the bush with his father. And they send the woman to the school. You understand me? So it's a whole different lifestyle. But if you have a husband, that's not your children's duty to feed you. To go and get riches and come back and give you back. That's not your children's duty. The children must have the parents, yes. You understand me? But you cannot see Zamar married now, living in a rent house, have a child, and you expect it's her duty to do it. It doesn't work like that. She has to establish. When she establishes, it's always a child's duty to help her parents, if she have it or not. And something that I see in Ghana too, the children will help the mother more than the father.
Can't.
How the mother must sacrifice if you say the mother not have education? Who work bring it in?
Can I?
No, let me finish. I'm going after what y'all said. Because I said, listen. No, Deacon will. Because I see the double standard. Do you understand me? I see. And I see a woman talk about men in this country. And I see the concept, what they have for men in this country. And what I see is just we fighting amongst ourselves for what? Who going to run the household? Because the woman wants to have the same conversation in the household as the man. But the man must provide everything. This is what I see here. The man must do the manly stuff. The man must do everything that's supposed to be done as a man. But the woman, but in the house it should be equal. And I hear the observation of women. I don't hear the observation of men. When I'm going to hear now, that the woman sacrificed more than the man. That's a deep story. Do you understand me? Maybe the father wasn't there. But when you look at the ratio, the average, do woman sacrifice more than man in this life?
No.
Can never be. And this is where we have problems with. A woman, anybody, a child, a boy or a girl that grows in a household without a father there is different from one that grew in a household with a father. A child that grew up with a single parent is different from a child that grew up with both parents in the house. I myself grew up with single parent. I grew up with my father. I was with my father from Josiah until I reached 18 when he said, it's time to go. So I grew up with single parent. But when the white man come and give you a ratio on it, you see a child that grew in a household with both parents is more stable-minded than a child that grew up with individual. Do you understand me? And then you break it down, you say a child that grew with a father is different from a child that grew with a mother, especially when it comes to boys. Because a woman cannot raise son. Woman cannot raise son. A woman cannot raise a boy to be a king. It's not because the woman will never be a king. So the woman cannot raise a boy out to be a king. And if the boy wants his mother to raise him to be a king, he's going to become a weak king. The council will not listen to him. They'll overthrow him. Yesterday I tell you all at the radio station, right? The youngest spoke to sit on the throne in Rome. How young was he? Shaman. 11. This pope was 11 on the throne. And people was going to this pope to say, Father, bless me, I have sinned. That's why the Roman Catholic Church have no foundation. When they make choices like that. Because throughout the Byzantine time in history, you have kings that was in there. When they're supposed to hand over rulership to their son, and they know their son never ready, what did they do? They give it to the general. They say, you can never rule this kingdom. They look at their own son. You understand me? And when I see stuff like that, it motivates you because they've done already. Just like the king in England, I tell you, he was in the throne and they remove him and put his brother. Because they see him as a fit enough king. But even if you watch a movie, The Gladiator, why was he in the ring fighting? Because his father gave him the throne and not his own son. And the father said his son is not fit. So that's what strong men do. A strong man will never put somebody to be king over people knowing he was weak. You understand me? So the balance that we have from slavery until now, I know what Sister YAHAWAH said. This is, say, 1940s. You understand me? And even if they start 1940s, it still can save. Because 1960, Ghana was one of the richest economies in Africa. They teach us that. So what's the same concept 1960 in Ghana that has here today? Our deacon, what age was woman allowed to go to school in Ghana? What year did woman allowed to go to school? Because Sister YAHAWAH born in the 70s, 80s?
50s.
Because Sister YAHAWAH born when? 60s?
Yeah.
60s or 70s? Early 70s? 70s. You understand me? So that time Ghana was at least 20 plus years old. So if they're allowed to go to, which is wrong, I believe in equal education for both parties. I believe if the woman do the same job as the man, they should get the same thing. I believe in that. So let me say that, let me make that clear. You understand me? But even though in the 50s when woman was going to school in Ghana, man wasn't going to school in Jamaica. Because Jamaica gained independence in 1962. when Jamaica gained independence, there was not a black man in Jamaica eligible to be prime minister. Who was the first prime minister of Jamaica? Miami. YAHAWAH. No, it was Bustamante. Two cousins. Who were they to the Queen? They was a Queen nephew. The Queen said, "You no more part of England, I'm giving you freedom." And the Queen signed in 1962, August 6th, and gave the presidency to his nephew, Dieter. So the opposition was one of the Queen nephew, the ruling party was one of the Queen nephew. JLP, Jamaica Labour Party, PNP, People National Party. They were all the Queen nephew, two of them. Because there was not a black man in Jamaica, 1962, to become Prime Minister of Jamaica. So YAHAWAH again, when the first black man became Prime Minister of Jamaica? Listen to this. The first black Prime Minister of Jamaica, what year? Who? Shearer, but his mother was white. How long did he rule for? A month. They give a Prime Minister in 1978, he walked off the balcony and committed suicide. The same night of election. And then they go back to Bustamante. Because you have the 80s war. So the first black president in Jamaica came in 1991. Because you have one win in 1978 named Shearer. The same 19 win, they say he was too happy, he was drunk, he walked off of his balcony and died. Same election night, 1978. He created a big war in Jamaica. So we never get the first black prime minister in Jamaica until 1991, P.J. Patterson. And P.J. Patterson run with a next white man, Siaga from Kitale, until 1998. Because Siaga went in the 80s twice. So the British come out of the government and give it to a man from Italy, a white man, named Siaga. So the educational system for male in the West was bad too, because we, the men, we allowed, because we used to chop cane. Because I grew up seeing my grandfather chopping cane. So when we reach the right age, we'll be out there working, chopping cane in the field already. We don't go to school, but Shamar will go to school, Aishaya will go to school, Yapar will go to school, Juliana used to go to school, but not us. So we never start educational for men in Jamaica until the 80s. It was in the 80s when men in the West started to get educational system. So you have to remember, even Los Angeles, 1962, black people could not go to school. In America, 1962. Exactly. But you was going to school there from the 50s. That's why Nkrumah could get a scholarship from the 30s. Nkrumah get a free scholarship because he was a genius in his time. He get a free scholarship to New York. But we in the West wasn't going. You understand me? So we know that break it down there. But when we come to marriage now, and this dispute, you understand me? It's not even. It's not balanced. And you have to understand that because it's not what the Most High requires us to do. And I don't know if you remember, a couple months ago I teach, and I said, the mother is the one who spoiled the child. Because if Zamar have a child now, and she have the child and she said, I'm going to travel, the mother will keep the child and make she go travel. Do you understand me? And it happened all the while. The mother will have 2, 3, 4 babies home, and while the daughter gone. We see it happen every day. Explain, Deacon.
So there, the church, who do the church today, Nina Jene, you go there, Yami or your pocket. Never pray a mass. There you should see the diamond. Only through the dinner about the hour, the beginning of one. No, Chere, I want to the big one is sitting there. ba obano ebe suti ede eda no bi say the dam ina o nyame hihye mu onu mu no be free na asitinem de bisma o chede de munti oba de se oba ni ahurase de ma ba nyina da bin oyere de oyoba no so nezin ana eka bi besi bi ma nye cheche bibia mu na osan so ye ba Sirach chapter 42 verse number 8 zero kwa 13 we na ye ba book of Proverbs chapter 40 verse number 1 na ye boka Sirach ba de ngi kan we Proverbs one no intented also if you say so you ga na kan no for us obanya safo biara sinidan data na orkadam no patch there into nkade na de ba makade with the fatu bi to there inye ne ahadi abakwasam no no che he there se oba no orpa aware pepe inye buhye no bo maami ye pakumpa maami ni tuminye eban tina ho there inyi pepe there which ye interaku nya za fe ko bi ni mu nya kawda beyin no hwo onu media oye adwina no de enti be ko no wan bia na so me bi say nkete se me na bo e de wo ya ne kete da so to wo so yi wa beti ata se nti oye hihye ya oho banda e de no no pia che de so ye hihye mpo ho a iye dem na no e den oti nti nye na yeri hye na me na se nya ye pe ya ni di ya kwa odi ye mu de ye dem na yankopon e den o hihye nso di ya bin fo ne na me na America don no be ya nyame ko ye na o ka de ye mutu ade badu so ba de awo be se e bro mo asi e be bi bia de fi de we ya kor nti wo be kibu ne be yin ni so be ti sisima o ti sisima mo ke ke kihye o tu funa ho nti dem no de shi trim atimati ye da bra wa asasi lu o mu shampa na so o de ti mu de nti e de ka de Proverbs chapter 40 verse 1 there obanya asafu o de o si de no oba kwase de o de o fitu abanto okada o chere eyi ibane ba be ke bu de me esma ye ma mi yi mayan kede do no yim de oye ne de oye nu wa dia do yi nu wa su de oye nu su de dia nti ampa so on kengu obobo mu ade nisi se do yim de mo nya oye abade mo adi but the meaning yansani oti ba ye hwe nti osan so me Proverbs chapter 12 verse number 3 no say iye kan fantima no se nipa but bofu ke de beni ba nipa o se yipo nko o se yipo nko dwe mu ye dubeti nti odi so de sawo kita adwimfi beni na wo kita adwimfi ritum tim so da aka se oye na ye be de bi chechere ka de se beni e pe de wa bra bokora man sibuye na kokon yin de wo ye kor nti bibia no kwan bia o bia mo yire de omu obe ma wo be ni bitim so na so ka che de enyi ko de se ni tum bi mu ye o tim da eboa ebo hwase awo ba bi ni ya de fi ampara ro
Bunker.
ye no ben ebo hwase sa amfanya me na asamo bem nti ne e da hwase do de church o ma ye for tu bi de se do ati da ma wa sam na bi de inye ne nchirime ne deme bebere o kutie he tetre awu bisen na re kwa wa no anyu ku ene wo kubo ene wo tu ade wa mu ma bra ba ide esiye because mo from ebeden ozodo nti ya awu wechi funa ada amuni je nti na re kwa wa ne mu awara yi padara no yuku na womba na wa baba nti ene yuku gogo mu ade wa mo nam ko no mu nya wa adwe mo ba ya wa ba wo obokodo don kan de ere ko ni nti o che wechi fu so enhwe ye dem no oti nti o de yi dem adwene no wo eti de sere ko wala wechi fu nti na ko de bi anya mi gine mu eye I need to zama hono wo pa wala on na nukunu na wo katina on na ni na wo katina What we are more about Betty, so I about Betty. Only now I'm waiting with me. Name on cadet, walk hour, and I'm a woman working, and if you don't work, on the train, living in Squire, it's Davy, you don't want it. That's what I say. Okay, you're fine there, but then for 2 minutes, there, you're fine there. Beginning, so I will maybe be shall be said, which is who I know I will have the look which being said. Being on your dear, on one sick. As I said, being should our should be said. It's all yet. I found our friend now. It's the mentality now, another one being. You need to be about it. Near there, Zanya said, I mean, I have an answer. I mean, I just go to my head. Wow, when I say, I didn't say what I said. What I said. All right, Shalom. So we almost reach the time. So I have 2 scriptures, right? And these 2 scriptures is for sisters not to look for this in a man. And I have 2 for brothers to beware of a woman. Calm. Right? Calm. So, so let's go to Proverbs 20, verse 4. So 20, verse 4. So sisters, if you see this in a man, run. You hear me?
Can.
And don't stop.
Can.
Just keep running. Right, Sister Bana?
Can.
That's it. Allow the place. No, a British movie, what it, you know, can you this you were there. It's in the quotation, ever can all your home is out from what you will be them go, being one. Let you cry. It's all ever can. Shaman, we can sleep in when I open tonight, okay? Read verse 4. Proverbs 20, verse 4.
Proverbs 20, verse 4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold.
So, woman, you don't pick up a man who is a sluggard. They don't want to work. Yes, when you see snow falling, time cold, the weather cold, rain falling, he say, I'm not going to work. He's up in his mama's house. So the Bible call him a what? A sluggard. Right? Read on.
The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold.
Read.
Therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing.
So you see that? When everybody feasting, when their Passover come, you know this Passover donation in by the barrel. So sisters, run far from who? A sluggard. Understood? If the man don't want to go here and work, you will not have a proper household. You know, you will not have nothing to build. Remember all those Uber driving in the cold hour, and you'll be freezing, and you come home and all they desire is a foot massage. And we're still waiting. See that? You don't appreciate you're not a sluggard. You see all the abuse? You see that? You see that? That's the abuse of the time. Jump to verse 13.
Proverbs 20, verse 13.
Read.
Love not sleep.
What the Bible said?
Love not sleep.
Why would the Bible say love not sleep? So sister, if you pick up a man and you wake up before him every morning, it's a problem. Run. Do you see that? If you have a man and you think he's a husband material, and you wake up before him every morning, disappear. He's not the one. Read from the top again, right?
Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty.
So you see that? You might be poor. If all you do, you want to slide on and sleep. So the Bible is balanced. Do you know that? So any young man you see, and all he wants to do is up in his mama house sleeping, he disappear. Read.
love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Open thy eyes.
Do you know what poverty means? Sister Banner, stand. Poverty, what's the meaning of poverty? Poverty, meaning of poverty. Somebody say you have poverty, what they telling you? Mayana. Poverty just means poor, one word. Poor.
But we have groups of poor people. We have poor people that can afford to eat today. And we have the ones that even right now.
You're correct.
Thank you.
Poverty. Do you have what to eat? Yes.
Always, my mom is.
You hear what she said again? That's where the problem lies in Ghana. Sister Mara. So the Bible said, love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Read on.
Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread.
So wake your ass up on the bed and go work, and you will have enough bread to eat. So sisters, don't look for brothers with these criteria. Because I know a lot of you black women, you like man that is refined, like woman. You want a man with soft hands, clean face. That's the type of man you woman want. But then you will not have a foundation. Do you understand it?
No.
Done? All right, so we go to the brothers, the choices for brothers now.
The first one, should I?
Let me do both of them detail. All right, get Proverbs 21 verse 9. So brothers, when you see this, disappear.
We need only the sisters.
You need only the sisters. The both sides are balanced. We have to mind everybody. Because we're going to get these problems that come up in here with them. Proverbs 21 verse 9.
Proverbs 21 verse 9. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house.
So brothers, do you see? If she have a big mouth, oh boy. The Bible says better it to be the house top in a corner like a spider than to be in the whole big house like Deacon house with a woman with a brawler all over. So brothers, Shamak, you have a question?
Some of them would think the big mouth you are talking about is the size of the mouth. So,
We
Deacon
understand
will
big
explain it.
yes.
mouth. We understand big mouth.
Deacon, give me foundation.
We understand big mouth. Thank you, brother.
Not those two rebels, Deacon. Not the two rebels. Let the rest sit. But not the two rebels. They disobedient to parents. They don't have a long life. They have to learn. Even this man, they have Deacon and war waiting for them. I cool and just say I can sit.
You say this way.
Oh, just say I just went. I can sit.
Just say,
The other two rebels, Deacon, no. Sister Banat, do you mind? Okay. If Mother come and make complaint, Deacon. Right? So Deacon, don't change the topic, Deacon. Don't make Sister Yawana check you. So read that again from the Rahash. So brothers, when you see these signs, run. Alright, Awar? Make those shoes button come off. Read.
Proverbs 21 verse 9. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop
Read.
than with a brawling woman in a wide house.
So do you see that, brothers? If Solomon warning you of this, take heed. If you have a woman that is brawling, as what Shamak said, explain. Yada, 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 yada. But hold on, we have an extra. The second one will explain. Jump to verse 19.
Proverbs 21 verse 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness.
Is it better to dwell where?
In the wilderness.
Read.
Than with a contentious and an angry woman.
A woman that upset all the while. What's wrong with you? Nothing. What's wrong with you? I don't know. And she's contentious. She wants to argue. Why the remote is here? I put the remote here. Why your seat here? And the remote is supposed to go here. Why you will leave your shoes there? You put your socks there. So the Bible says better to dwell where in the where?
So don't put the socks there.
Than where?
Don't put the socks
And a
there.
hand removed. You ever ask a woman, what do you want to eat? I don't know. I want kenke. I don't want no kenke. I want fufu. I don't want no fufu. So what you want to eat? I don't know. I want wachi. I don't want no wachi. You understand?
She just doesn't know.
Because now, what that